name's Cory Blackburn. My company is Port Technology Services, and we create software for the intermodal industry. Now, by show of hands, does anybody know what the intermodal industry is? The intermodal industry is how we get our goods from around the world. So us as consumers are able to walk into a store and buy a product, but we really don't think about how that product was, not too long in the past, was halfway around the world. So the intermodal industry is how that product got from halfway around the world to our stores. So to sum up what the intermodal industry is, it really boils down to moving cargo, or a container in most cases, from point A to B, using multiple modes of transportation, which includes ship, train, and truck. And I'm sure most of y'all have seen on the roads the container trucks. We're lucky enough to have the Port of Virginia right around the corner, and they're one of the largest ports in all the country. And just to give you an idea, last year they moved about 1.5 million containers. So, what do? Well, we create software for this industry. And what we'd like to focus on is creating tools to help improve efficiency and make life easier for the people involved. So here are some of our services that we offer. We'd like to focus on web applications. We do a lot of system integration and automation, and most all of our work is custom for each client and for each project. And we're about to launch a service called ReadyContainers.com. Alright, so we created this service to help trucking companies and to help prevent them from incurring a demurrage charge. And demurrage is a fee that's charged to the trucking companies when a container sits on the port for longer than the allowed time. And this is an issue because these containers are coming from all over the world. It takes some weeks to get here. If they're off of a ship, it's going to take a while for them to get off the ship. And a lot of times, after they're already in the yard, there's several types of holds that can be applied to them, and the trucking companies aren't allowed to pick them up yet. So we created a solution to monitor the status of all these containers and inform them right when they're available. Currently, there's nothing that is really out there that really helps them monitor the status of the containers. To just give you an idea of the value that we're trying to add, here's the demurrage fees for the Port of Virginia. So this is the charge per container per day that it sits on the port over the time that it's allowed to. And these are the average charges for day 6, and you usually get about 5 days for free, and then on day 6 you start incurring these fees. So we actually have a company that we're testing with, and just to give you an idea, they monitor about 100 to 200 containers daily, and they're actually a smaller trucking company, so they monitor 100 to 200 containers daily. There's about 10 to 20 containers that become available a day for them. And we actually had a good story. They emailed us the other day and with about 4 containers, and they said, hey, you know, thanks for letting us know, because we weren't even monitoring the status of these containers because we didn't expect them to be in the port for another week or so. So if you look at the prices of the demurrage fee, you can see how that really adds up. And also, we're going to start in the Port of Virginia with this service, and we're hoping to expand. And as we expand to other ports, the value we add increases. So here's the demurrage fees for New York, New Jersey. As you can see, I mean, it gets up to $500 a day per container. So we're hoping to have this launched fairly soon. We're kind of excited to see how that turns out. So we're pretty excited about some of the work that we're doing, and we feel like our future's pretty bright for us and for the industry in whole. And if you look back 60 years ago, there were no containers. So to ship something across the water, people physically packed ships, and then when they got over here, they would unpack them by hand. So fast forward 60 years to now, and we have ports like VIG, which is in Portsmouth right up the street, and which is an automated port, and it's able to at VIG they're able to pick up again, unload a ship, take all the containers off, put them in the stacks, maneuver them around how they need to, and get them about 5 to 10 feet over a truck without any human interaction. So just looking at what has happened in this industry for the past 60 years, it's really exciting to think about what could happen in the next 60 years, or even in the next 5 years. And we're excited to be a part of that, and we hope to build some great tools for this industry. All right, it might be hard to see, but please visit our website. It's porttechnologyservices.com. And does anybody have any questions?
What made you want to do this?
Working in this industry.
I mean, were you previously in the shipping or whatever industry?
Yeah, so just by chance, I worked for a company that did consulting with the port. So that's where I kind of got my base knowledge in this industry. And I have a really good partner who's been in the industry for 15 years, and we partnered up. So it was just really by chance.
Do the shippers view this as a stream of revenue, or is it because they really don't want those containers sitting there that it's almost like a tax or a penalty for leaving them there, to try and encourage you to get them out as fast as you can?
I haven't talked to the ship lines myself, but it seems like it's more of a tax. They make their money by transporting cargo, and the reason that they have this tax on them is they need those containers back. So I think they view it more as a tax than anything.
What's your revenue model? How are you going to get paid?
Our ready container service.
Yeah. We get a percentage of savings on tax, or are you just going to flat rate a price, or how?
So we haven't. We're still in. We have it developed, but we haven't really worked out all that. But I believe what we're going to do is have use a service model. So trucking companies can put in X amount of containers for X amount of dollars per month.
Okay.
So are you on the side of the yard, the ports, or the shipping company? Which side are you on? Which side would you be willing to at least
This was just one of our services, the Container Ready, which we'll be selling to the trucking companies.
Okay.
But we also do our custom software. We actually do some work for the ports themselves, and we also do work for the trucking companies, custom jobs for them too.
Now, is this just within the US or are you planning on going outside the US?
Oh. Yeah, we would love to go outside the U.S.
Okay. Maybe you and I will talk.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Is there anybody else in this space? Like, who's your competition?
For our Container Ready service?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's other people for the custom software, of course, but for the Container Ready, the interesting story about that is the Port of Virginia actually used to offer a similar service where they would inform the truckers when the containers are ready. And my partner actually built that for the Port of Virginia. And they had hundreds of transactions daily for it. And the Port of Virginia moved to a new system and said, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do this customer service side. And so that we're trying to take over that, part. But right now, there is no competition there. There's a web portal offered by the Port of Virginia. It's there's actually 3 web portals offered by the Port of Virginia to monitor these different containers, and it's hard to use. And trucking companies actually employ people to continuously monitor these portals daily. I mean, there's people on staff that's their job, is to monitor when these containers are ready. Just because the demurrage fees, they can really add up. So there's really nobody else doing it now, and we're kind of jumping in after the Port of Virginia got rid of. It wasn't really competition, but they offered that service. So now we're trying to pretty much take over that service and charge for it. Thanks. Any other questions?
Awesome, great job.